Hi everyone, welcome back to the English lesson today. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you are going to learn the plural nouns in English, and that includes what the plural noun is, singular and irregular plural nouns, and the rules on how they are formed, plus how they come across in the sentences in English. So please stay tuned. A plural noun is a word that indicates that there is more than one person, animal, place, thing, or idea. When you talk about more than one of anything, you are using plural nouns. And when you write about more than one of anything, you easily use the same word, you simply adding an s or es or is, as you can see there, to the end to make the plural. Okay, please take a good look at English regular plural nouns. In order to change a singular noun to its regular form, plural form, in English, you usually add an s. For example, the plural of book is books, and the plural of table is tables. These are regular plurals, but notice that there are also many plural nouns which don't follow this rule, and it is the regular plural nouns. Let's have a look at the regular plural nouns first. For most regular plural nouns are formed simply by adding the letter s at the end of the singular noun word, or singular noun plus s to make the nouns plural. Okay, please have a look at the examples on how the singular nouns change to plural nouns followed by s, as in the following table. Okay, as what you can see in the table, there are two columns. The first column with singular, and then followed by the next one, which is about plural. Now look at the singular nouns in the first column, singular, and then the plural noun column. Okay, now if you can see there, the plural of the singular leader is leaders, and the plural of group is groups, and then the plural of student is student, and the plural of snake is snakes, and then followed by window, the plural of window is windows, and then the plural of girl is girls. So like these are the example of singular nouns that are simply made plural by adding the letter s at the end of the word or at the end of the singular noun. And also there are like examples for you to see. For example, they are my students. So you have the singular noun student made student. They are my students. And there are many snakes in the bush. And those girls are beautiful. So notice that we say many snakes as it is indicating that there is more than one snake. And the same thing is also applied for students and girls. So when there is more than one girl, girls. When there's more than one student, students. So you simply add s to make them plural. Just for you to remember that not all regular plural nouns are simply followed by an s or ended with s. However, there are exceptions. Please look at the singular nouns ended in ch, sh, s, x, and or o. and how they become regular plurals will require an S or ES, or it will look this way: singular noun and in CH, SH, S, X, or O plus ES. Please look at the examples in the table. Okay, as what you can see in the table, the first column is about singular and the next one is for plural. Now, let's look at the first noun, sandwich. The first column ended in CH. We only have to put the S or ES at the end of the noun sandwich to make the plural sandwiches. To make it short, that all singular nouns end in CH or SH or S, X, or O are simply followed by S to make them plural, as in the example provided in the table, mostly in the second column or in a column on the right side. Now, let's take a look at some examples, some possible examples that you might be able to learn from them. She has sandwiches for her breakfast. She has sandwiches for her breakfast. There are 3 boxes in the room. He bought 4 buses yesterday. There are 2 churches in my town. Remember, we say sandwiches as it is indicating that there is more than one sandwich. And the same rules applied for the plural nouns as boxes, buses, and churches as in the rest of the sentences. There are also exceptions because not all singular nouns ended in O are always followed by S or ES to make them plural. However, there are some singular nouns ended in O in English take only an S to make a plural. For example, piano, pianos, canto, cantos, photo, photos, and zero, zeros, etc. Now, let's have a look at the explanations on the singular nouns end in Y and how they become plurals. There are 2 rules regarding the Y endings, such as nouns end in vowel plus Y and nouns end in consonant plus Y. Let's have a look at the rule number 1. Nouns end in vowel plus Y. Change the Y to Ys or is to make them plural. Please have a look at the following example on the table. What you can see on the table, in each column, is that the first column is singular nouns and in vowels plus Y, and then the next column is change it to Ys or Ys. And then in the next column, there are like possible example sentences for you to learn as according to each nouns in plurals. Okay, let's take a look at the singular noun boy. Boy, change it to Ys or Ys becomes boys. And then way, ways. Monkey, monkeys. Tray, trays. Okay, the example sentences. I have 3 boys. There are many ways to get there. Look at those monkeys on the trees. They need some trays. Okay, please pay attention to the singular nouns such as boy, way, monkey, and tray in the first column. To make them plurals, we simply change the Y to YS or add an S after the letter Y as the example in the second column based on the previous explanations. We add an S at the end of the singular noun to boy way, monkey, and trace to make them plurals, as what you can see in the second column. Or another way of doing it is to change the y to ys to make them plural. And now it's time to look at the rule number 2. As for nouns that end in consonant plus y, remove the y or change the y to is or ies to make them plural, as in the examples in the following table. Please have a look. Okay, so singular nouns end in consonant plus y, as in the first column. So look at the list. Look at some list of singular nouns ended in consonant plus y, such as hobby, family, study, country, and nationality, etc., as in the first column. To make them plurals, remove the y or change the y to ies, and so they become hobbies, families, studies, countries, and nationalities. In the example in the second column, based on the previous explanations for this part. There are also example sentences provided in the next column. Please, on your own or when you have spare time, take a look, practice them, or read them for improving your English based on this part. There are also singular nouns ended in f or fees in the examples of the following singular nouns. For example, knife, life, wife, etc. To make them plurals, remove the f or fee and add this instead, as in the following examples on the table. Please also read the example sentences provided in the next column. Singular nouns end in f or fe. To make them plurals, please remove the f or fe and add this: knives, lives, wives. However, there is an exception to this rule, where the rule for other singular nouns ended in f or fe cannot be considered equal to the one I just explained. For example, with the following singular nouns such as chief, roof, safe, etc. What makes them different from one another is that these singular nouns are formed simply by adding an s at the end of the noun, and they will be this way: chiefs, roofs, safes, etc. Now, let's come to this part: irregular plural nouns. Most nouns can change from singular to plural with the simple addition of an s or an es or an s at the end of the noun, as in the previous explanation. However, some nouns choose to be very difficult and can have a wide range of different endings when changed to their plural form. These are called irregular plural nouns. Irregular plural nouns are nouns that do not become plural by just adding an s or es. You might have been familiar with many of these already. For example, the plural form of man is men, not mens, and the plural form of women is women, not womens. There are maybe hundreds of irregular plural nouns to learn from. However, due to the time limit we have, therefore I would only like to introduce you to some very common ones, as in the following table, plus the example sentences for it in the next column on the right side. Okay, now look at the table there. The singular noun words and the plural noun words, it's in the singular noun column and the plural noun column. The plural of food is feet, and the plural of tooth is teeth. The plural of goose is geese. The plural of man is man. And the plural of woman is women. And the plural of mouse is mice. And the plural of person is people. And the plural of child is children. Please also refer to the next column for the example sentences. Now, please also have a look at some irregular nouns that do not change at all when made plural, because some of these English nouns are identical in both the singular and the plural forms. Many of these are names for animals, so please have a look at them in the table. See, the plural of sheep is sheep. Sheep, sheep. Fish, fish. Deer, deer. Moose, moose. Swine, swine. Buffalo, buffalo. Shrimp, shrimp. Trout, trout. Rice, rice. And as homework today, I want you to write the plural form of the following singular nouns: idea, way, party, glass, monkey, woman, family, dish, key, and man. Today, I would like to remind you on the WHO's continuing encouragement of individuals in Timor-Leste, and that's including all of you as well, to take care of your own health and protect others by washing hands frequently with water and soap, or using hand sanitizing gel, maintaining social distancing, keeping a distance of 1 meter or 3 feet between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing, avoiding touching eyes, nose, and mouth, following respiratory hygiene, covering your mouth and nose with your band, elbow, or tissue when you cough or sneeze, then disposing of the used tissue immediately, seeking medical care early if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, and staying informed and following advice given by your health care provider, national and local public health authority, or your employer on how to protect yourself from COVID-19. Okay, that's it, everybody. You have been fantastic learners. Goodbye.